morning again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike, and today we got a decent show planned for you. We got three of the top stocks trending on the stock twits. We're going to find out why and how and why these stocks particularly went the way they went and what is happening in the sentiment of the real traders out there. So please give us a like, subscribe, use some of the stocks that we cover, follow along in the library. There are hundreds of stocks that we have covered over the years that have carried their weight and they have gone up, and then some that we've talked about obviously were pump up the gems. And so one of the first stocks we're going to talk about is Reata Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Reata Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Last tick was $93.17. Something happened year to date on this chart. It is up $56.46 year to date, 153.80%. Now, if you go to a one-day chart, as you can see, you can do magic for the day. $62 gain today. Something made that go up. We're going to go to the Alphabet News checkout and to see why resistance skyrocketed. Going to Yahoo Finance, it says Yahoo Finance pharma stock surged after FDA approves treatment. Now, we've talked about this on many of the shows many times, guys, that you see the gravitation towards this as soon as they do breakthroughs on their pipelines. Well, the shares of Reata Pharmaceuticals are up 178.5% at 86.81 this afternoon, after the U.S. Drug Administration approved the drug maker's Skyclarys treatment for Friedreich ataxia, a rare genetic disorder. No fewer than 8 analysts hiked the price hikes in response, with Guggenheim lifting objectives from 130 to 75. Obviously, by Friday, shorts will get out. Let's hope this isn't like it has in some of the other ones where they dump it and you lose all your volume that you've gained. That's what's been happening lately, so let's hope that doesn't happen for this one. This one had 17,000 calls for 53,000 puts exchanged. Here in the article, the stock earlier today surged to a one-year high of $90, breaking through recent overhead pressures of $50. Reata is at 262.9 in 9 months, 200-day moving average, actively gaining support since October. As you can see, the last 2 years since we've been covering on the show, guys, that you have seen the rise to biopharmaceuticals. People are gravitating towards those just because you have a fading and weakening economy that is happening over and over again. You saw shares of Amazon plummet today. You also saw the Dallas Fed's numbers came out today. Things are not looking good for the economy at all. And you could call me a Debbie Downer about that, but we are going to keep on hammering that over and over again. So that is why people are gravitating somewhat to more of the safer bets there. Let's go on to the website, check out the pipeline, and see what they got going on the site. So going on the website, it looks good. It better look good because it's not a ham sandwich stock. It's not a cheap stock. It is not a Mr. Thank You Very Much stock. It's Reata Pharmaceuticals. At Reata Pharmaceuticals, their mission is to develop and innovate therapies that change patients' lives for the better. So key here for new investors, as far as that, you need to know what you're investing in. If you are new, don't just jump on this because you think it's a cool company or you think you have illusions of grandeur or anything like that. Just because you need to do paper trading and learn how to trade and take a course in trading. So Reata Pharmaceuticals, they're committed to help fighting diseases. Reata is the leading candidate for being developed the treatment of a variety of chronic and genetic diseases that substantial unmet needs exist. Their pipeline of therapeutics is focused on two main pillars in neurology and kidney disease. Fighting chronic kidney disease, FA has inherited a debilitating degenerative neuromuscular disorder. Diagnosis typically occurs by genetic testing, and approximately 75% with FAs are diagnosed between 6 and 20 years of age. Childhood onset of FA can result in the age of 5 and is most common later onset FA and normally involves rapid disease progressions. Patients experience a progressive loss of coordination, muscle weakness, fatigue with progression of motor incapacitation, wheelchair reliance. Most FA patients have a disease onset approximately 13 to 15 years of age and require a wheelchair 10 to 15. Sounds very, very debilitating there. The main life expectancy for FA patients is 35. Based on literature and proprietary research, we believe FA affects approximately 5,000 children, adults in the United States for 22,000. They're also doing studies with chronic kidney disease, CKD. It's characterized by the worsening rate of 5 filters of which the worsening rate of kidney filters waste CDK is characterized by progressive worsening rate with kidney filters, kidney filters waste products from the blood, called glycosimer filtration rate, fibrosis arising from chronic inflammation, resulting in the loss of kidney function, which eventually leads to end age of kidney disease requiring dialysis or transplantation. AKPD is a rare and serious hereditary from CKD caused by a genetic defect. CKD1-2 genes leading for the formation of fluid-filled cysts in the kidneys and other organs. Cyst growth can cause kidneys to expand. It's 5 to 7 times their normal volume and lead to pain and progressive loss of kidney function. Inflammation appears to be play a key role in the cyst growth and associated with disease progression. CPKD affects men and women of all racial ethnic groups, leading to inheritable disease of kidney failure. Estimated diagnosis of 140,000 patients and eventually prevalent for populations of 400,000 patients in the United States. Okay, so you can see on the pipes, this is something to, now you have a gain here is what we're looking at, okay? You have in the neurology, obviously, FDA regulatory review. You saw the FDA news today. And then you also have in the hopper, well, you have phase 2 and phase, as far as the pivotal, CKD caused by Alport syndrome, CKD caused by APKD, and type 1 diabetes advanced CKD. So let's not bury the lead headline for today, but let's just say that you have other things coming up where you can't discount what's going to pop in the news and things like that. So that's something to consider when you are considering looking at this company. Let's go on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, and let's check out what the real traders are saying. So going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, we have Smokey the Bear 1996 says, Reata, I'll be shocked if it isn't read there tomorrow. Smokey, that is not a bad take at all. I actually think that you're going to be, it's going to be, it would probably visit there tomorrow or Friday. Just because it's Skilo Friday and you can even speed on the highway, and people will be shorting out to try to get their paychecks for the end of the week for booze, boats, and everything else like that. Bull Bear Drip says, Reata, holy you know what? The annual revenue is 11.49 million. The market cap is 3.2 billion. Laugh out loud, bearish. Because he's seeing the reason what Bear Drip is reason why he's writing that is just because what we've seen, years and years and months over months with the shorter market, we've seen this time and time again where you see these big gains, and then all of a sudden shorties get out and everything goes kaput. So he's just basically telegraphing what he's seen. So we have Annalena 1979 is where to find FDA approvals ahead of time. Hanky says, Reata, hope to pop in PM. A few sideways days trend. A few days of sideway trading, a week or so, watching to see who's buying at 110. Thus, the market environment. Nice long ride to reality. Everybody's basically laughing at the bank on this one because a lot of people know on these boards that they know that things are going to come down the pike, and you're going to see. Yep, see, market 1001's calling it too, going for a cliff dive. I think we're going to have to do salute your bears tomorrow because they possibly everybody can see this telegraphing. BTS Trades is coming out. He says almost 95% institutions holding. They might scam the pump tomorrow, but if buying 200,000 pump, you're asking to bag hold. That is not that far of a reach. Reata looks like salty shorts in here, so we're going to have to get out to salute your shorts. Hoopsie Sai says, anyone push bought today and sell the next, you are a sucker. The only way they have a high is buyout occurred. This needs more cash in 2024. I mean, seriously, are they going for, you got Smart Investor says, laugh out loud. This guy is completely BSing and probably smoking. Is it possible he's smoking something, or is it possible he's promoting something? That's what we have to see, because like basically on all these boards, like we're seeing is pump up the jam, pump it up a little more. That's why I say if you are new, you need to seriously make sure you don't get caught. You make sure seriously that you're not caught holding the bag on this tomorrow or Friday. If this thing starts to go belly up, which we've seen, it looks like a pattern from what we've seen in the past there. Be careful, this stock went up $62. Now they're going to do a public offering real quick. Has anyone thought through the institutions buy as well? This will have a regular 4 a.m. pump and will fall off a clip at the opening bell. That Bull Drip, Bear Drip, that is not that far. A treatment for what? 3,000 people on the entire planet? So he's coming in hot with the bullish. The next stock we have is HPX. HPX last tick was 0.47 cents. Year to date, as far as today, it's down about 12.15%, but it's one of the most talked about stocks. Let's go to year to date. After that was today, you're at 22 cents. Trending up. Let's go on to the Alphabet news and see why we're trending here. Going on to the Alphabet news and going to Investors Place, HPX stock soars 200% after shareholders approve proposed merger. Shares of blank check HPX Corporation popped more than 200% on Wednesday. The SPAC merged with the environmental industrial service provider Emergencia Poseo. Sorry if I butchered that there. HPX stock underlies growing sentiment for SPACs and IPOs in general. Looks like HPX charged up close to a 400% up within after hours. Emergencia Participos is a leading environmental industrial provider. Significantly, HPX stock underscores the brewing enthusiasm for SPACs and initial public offering IPOs. The vast majority of HPX shareholders voted to approve the transaction. Further, the business combination to schedule close on March 3rd, and following the post-closing process, the entity will change its name to Ambar Emergency Response. On March 6th, Ambar Emergency Response and warrants will trade on the New York Stock Exchange. The symbol will be AMBI and AMBIWS, respectively. So going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, we have Skyline Dude says one of the better quality performing SPACs we've seen, with the valuation close to $1 billion and $100 is reasonable for this company this size. I think the merger finalizing on Friday and Monday with the ticker change should see an upward pop close to that. If this goes up tomorrow, I'll be on the beach with Tamika and Tammy. That's CIO. This is why we come to the Twits where the real traders are at, because you get a lot more information than you're seeing from some of the Alphabet news. The bullish stock trader says, the golden things about the merger with the MBR Group is the very good opportunity the company posts massive profits net with pre-merger enterprise around $581 million, but I see this creeping closer to the $1 billion gap very soon. I'm bringing his charts and receipts, says Skyline Dude bringing his charts and receipts, says HPX with this float so small, it doesn't take time to bring it down. It could be just easily over $50 tomorrow. That's the nature of the SPAC. I'm predicting a few big fat green candles and a couple of halves. My target is $100, and he brings his receipts to show. Man 9988 brings up a good point with this. He says, HPX, if you want your future, look at SATX. Of course, the decline doesn't happen right away, but gradually. Not to say there won't be another pump, but eventually it's going down. How long will it take? Could be the next days, few weeks, could be a month. At this point, the market only knows. GTL 888 said this never even popped on my radar. HPX. Anyone else, or did they find it because it was trending? And it was halted at 9,000 trades per minute, biggest 29K a minute. CDIO was hitting 900,000 a minute and never halted once. I do love blank check companies. Dollar signs. He's also a plus member on the Twits. You have your advantage of being a plus member. You also have your verified as well. You get the V check on there. You're a V check stock Twit, so you get the plus tag and you get the V there. Just to give you a heads up there, if you're looking into that, it does have its advantages. The next stock we have is ONCS. OncoSec Medical Incorporated. Last tick was $2.04. Going to the chart, today, you're starting to see resistance coming up, and you're at 90 cents. Going to the year-to-date chart, negative 1908. So we're starting to see resistance coming up. We're starting to see why, and we're going to go into why. Let's go on to the Alphabet news and check out to see what they're saying. So going on to Ask Traders, they have the prices soared 1.278% after asking U.S. Securities Exchange Commission to withdraw a registration statement as it decided not to proceed with the share issue. The company initially warranted 6.19 shares against filed a registration statement against the SEC. With the SEC at the beginning of February, investors cheered the news, which indicates the company is not desperate to attract cash from investors. This rally is a clear vote of confidence that the market's OncoSec prospects after the company pulled its registered statement without issuing any shares of plan. The over 6.61 million shares of OncoSec shares have been hands at writing. The company's history is not making announcements, which is hard for investors to keep up with the inner workings. A few releases each year. Still, the rally shows investors are really interested in the firm's share price. The website looks good. It better look good because it's not a Mr. Thank you very much stock. It's not below. It's not chump change. It's not this change. It's not that change. OncoSec is a late biostage biotechnology developing immunotherapy cancer treatments for using plasma DNA delivery platform. Through their proprietary technology, they're working to deliver safe and effective cancer treatments that can provide long-term benefits for patients. They leverage the fully integrated immune oncology platforms, antibody discovery, in vitro in biology, translational biology, clinical development and manufacturing, regular quality, and bioengineering and device development. Going into key guys when looking at the pipeline. You have several things in the hopper here, so you don't have to go into is this you're writing, you're basically gambling and writing on news waves that are going to pop to get you to the FDA approval. So you have this news wave here, but that's not the big kicker. You already had a pivotal stage for advanced melanoma with Merck. That's huge in itself. You also have the triple negative breast cancer, which you're almost to pivotal. You're in phase 2, and then you're waiting for COVID vaccine. You have 2 more trial. You have the phase 2, and then your pivotal there. You're still waiting to hear news on. You have your carcinoma cell, head and neck cancer. So that's in phase 1. And then check here, it's hidden. The lead's buried down here. You have your operable regional advanced melanoma. That one is in phase 2, hiding down there. And then you also have breast cancers and solid tumors. Now, the key, if you are new to looking at some of these biopharmaceuticals, is that you're writing news waves. Every time it hits a news wave, is it going to break? The question now with the shorter market that we have to bring up in here is that, are there any news waves that hit that are going to, is it going to be the type that it's going to drive up like these crazy drives like you've seen from some of the others in the past, where the shorters drive this thing up to $40 and $60 and you get an easy paycheck? Or is it going to be where you become a bag holder? Because you can easily become a bag holder if you jump on the wrong thing and you get at the right price point. You have to figure out that price point and what your price point is. If you are new, you probably should do paper trading and not be jumping into something you just saw in a YouTube video. Anyway, let's go on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are, and see what the real traders are saying about this company, because that's the most important thing when you're looking to invest, is what are some of the investors saying that can prevent you from making a mistake, but also don't trust everything you see on the boards, because some people could be trying to manipulate you as well. It has one of the best takes on the board so far. It came in at 519. It says, ONCS requested withdrawal of a registration statement. The company announced it opted not to pursue offering, thereby at this time shares closed at 89% at 204. Funny, we're still waiting for phase 2B. March can be really beautiful. Phase 2B top line data primary endpoint due Q1 2023. So look out for that. Still waiting for 2B. That's what I'm saying as far as the pipeline. The buried lead in this is that if you see at the bottom of the pipeline on their website, is that you have some of the studies there. They're hidden. One of them is I believe it's the melanoma one that's in stage 2. So you have several different things and several news waves to ride. And this is a stock that you have that consumers are a little more confident as far as their sentiment is a little better as far as what the news that came out today on your alphabet. YGLD, every stock trader is thinking this meme right now. CDIO pre-market breakout haunts shorts in their sleep. Yes, how many people are losing sleep for how many people got in on this and are going to get burned tomorrow? Also, how many people are wishing that they got in on that stock and then had a problem, and then they just never made it to the dance. All at 416 is calling the shot there. He said, when I record ONCS video, I can remember the exact ticker, but exactly talking about it in the video a bit longer. He's bringing his receipts and showing that he talked about this a while ago. So you could see that video. He's at least he's showing that he talked about that at that time. ONCS, you must be super dumb to sell when there's no share to short, you idiot. That is very, very true. That's Capital Group says it looks like this thing's setting up for a bigger move. In this shit market, normally you see this beat down by now. Yeah, that is totally true. You're seeing a pattern here with some of these stocks, guys. Just keep an eye out for it. You're going to see this over and over again. It's like some people are just going around collecting and just waiting for the next crap jump, whatever stock it is that shows up on the scanner there. So that's the end of today's show. We covered some of the stocks, what companies, what they do, and what some of the takes of the real traders are. And we also covered shorty land. Don't make it a dog show. See you tomorrow. And good night now.